Walid Phares is here very, very quickly before the president does address folks. What do you make of this?
Well, Neil, since 2015, and we've discussed that many times, the Iranian regime has signed the agreement, told the world that they are abiding by the agreement, but actually did everything to continue with what I call the strategic weaponry, meaning developing the missiles on the one hand and sneaking their ability to rebuild the nuclear capacity on the other hand. What we heard today coming from the Middle East is actual information that the public obtain, and of course the American public as well. But I am pretty sure that many intelligence services around the world knew that before.
All right, so you believe this intelligence. I can picture it, and I haven't seen it yet, but I can picture others saying, well, we don't know yet. Others have made these charges before, but you think this is pretty unequivocal.
It is clear once it is raw intelligence material. But for us analysts, you and I have discussed that. Why do you develop intercontinental missile program to deliver what, flowers or pizza? You want to develop those for nukes. And obviously, this was the intention since 2015, obtain the cash to buy anti-missiles, which they've done from the Russians, and anti-aircraft missiles. So they were kind of fooling the world.
You know, you could argue, Walid, that it isn't quite weird what's going on right now. The visiting dignitary is the president of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, who has been dealing with ISIS elements in his own country, Boko Haram, more to the point that has now complete control over the northeast portion of his country. Many argue that Boko Haram gets a lot of funding directly and indirectly from Iran, so its tentacles are widespread.
Very much widespread, Neil. The Iranian regime has the actual widest net of pro-Iranian jihadists. We've seen it not just with Hezbollah, which is an old, ancient organization, but even among Sunni extremists. The Iranians were able, they're very smart, to mobilize elements as far as Africa, I just mentioned one, Indonesia, but also in the Americas. We have U.S. Congress reports about the spread of Iranian influence and Hezbollah cells across the Western Hemisphere. Very wide.
You know, Ali, there will be a lot of people who say, all right, this might be a temptation to rip up the Iranian deal, but be careful. What do you think of that?
I would be very careful, meaning I would not just cancel a deal. I will just have a policy on Iran, because if you just cancel a deal, your partners are not with you, that's the Europeans, and then nothing happened in the Middle East, yes, that could be risky. But if you cancel the deal based on their behavior and say, this is what I'm proposing from right now, meet with the Arab leaders, meet again with NATO, and tell NATO, let's discuss the matter. Then we have a comprehensive response to the Iranian cheating strategy.
But don't you have to get that? Because they're going to be, I'm sure the Iranians, I haven't seen a statement, I've been looking for it, Walid, are going to say, oh, this is Israel. They've always hated us. They've always said these things about us. Don't believe a word they're saying. Don't believe this so-called intelligence. There's nothing there. How does the world address that?
That's the standard response by the Iranian regime for over 30 years now. We know it. But that is not really what's happening in Syria. The fight in Syria is not between Israel and Iran, or in Iraq, or in Yemen. That is not what's happening in Lebanon. It is time for the international community, led by the United States, to tell the truth about what Iran is doing in the region.
Walid, what does the Arab world want us to do? We're told behind the scenes they welcome them getting involved.
Not much behind the scenes anymore, Neil. Look, aside from the Arab countries controlled by Tehran, namely Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, part of Yemen, the rest of the Arab world has said it in Arab League meetings.
All right, Walid,
and therefore we need to heed their call.
I apologize for jumping on you.